What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning into my first video. So this is just a quick overview of how to get Laughing Skull rep. The main reason you do this is to get a helm, a mount, or a pet, a toy as well. So the first thing you need to do is build your garrison. Most of you have your garrisons completed. Assuming you don't, you can go to Mists of Pandaria, I believe, and teleport underwater. If you Google how to start a garrison, you'll be able to find it pretty simple on Google. In short, what I'm showing you is that you guys need to build a trading post. Once you create your trading post, you need level 2 trading post, which this vendor sells, as you can see, for 1,500 gold. For a level 2 trading post, it's 1,500 gold. You don't need to do anything. Once you build your garrison, and I believe upgrade it to level 2, you can create a level 2 trading post. Once you have a level 2 trading post, you should be able to build it. It takes about an hour to build. Once it's built, you have this vendor. As you can see, this vendor offers many things. One of the things that most people are sought after is this helm. This specific helm requires revered, except for the gold one that you're looking at right now. The rest of them require revered, and that's done by killing mobs. Now, often people used to farm this back in Warlords of Draenor. Unfortunately, because that's now 1x pack behind us, this isn't too much of a popular grind, especially because it's very, very grind-oriented. So this video is going to show you guys how you can solo this reputation by yourself in a way that's not too grindy, quite effective, and I was actually quite surprised at how quickly I got my results. So here we are in Gorgorond. This is where you would go to farm the reputation. This is an area called the Pit. The area that I'm circling is specifically where the mobs are. Now, this area goes down in tiers. Essentially, it's a bigger circle and smaller circles the whole way down until the middle is the smallest circle. The very middle of it, where you will see the most condensed group of ads, those offer 0 reputation. So while it may be tempting to jump down there and slaughter just the thousands that are down there, they offer no loot, no reputation. So you're going to have to do what I'm doing and farm around the outer rings. There are different levels, sort of like steps. And you just farm these elite ads they're green to you, they're level 100, but I mean, you pretty much one-shot them, as you can see. Especially if you're able to get into a group, it's a very, very fast grind. But if you're doing this by yourself, you just grind them out. That's all there is. There's not much to it. So as you can see, to my left are the ads that don't offer anything. And as you can see, I'm killing them, and I'm not getting any reputation or anything. So these are the ones that are not elites. They don't really offer anything. They're there. That guy down there, who's an elite, I believe doesn't offer anything either. So you're going to have to stay above the confines of all those guys. Otherwise, you're not going to be rewarded reputation, and this grind will just be longer for unnecessary reasons. In short, all I'd recommend is throwing on some Netflix and grinding these guys. A trick that can help speed this up is the Darkmoon Faire. If you can see the top right, I have a buff with a smiley face, and that is the Darkmoon Faire buff. Now, to obtain this Darkmoon Faire buff, for those of you that don't know, you have to go to something called the Darkmoon Faire. Now, what's shown here is me outside of Thunderbluff. In case you don't know how to get to Thunderbluff, you can go to any major city and speak to a night elf, I believe, or a human if you're an alliance, and they'll port you to the Darkmoon Faire. Once you arrive at the Darkmoon Faire, you'll go down to the toys and the events until you find the carousel. Once you ride the carousel, I believe every time you go around in a full circle, you gain a 10-minute buff. So after 6 times going around in a circle, you gain the buff for 1 hour. And once you have the hour-long buff, you will gain 10% increased reputation. And by farming these same mobs that you farmed before, will give you now 10% increased reputation per kill. That allowed me to go from non-existent with them. I wasn't even friendly. I went from before friendly to honored to revered, all within roughly 2 hours. And you say, how do you know it was roughly 2 hours? I didn't time myself, but like I suggested earlier, I used Netflix to gauge my timer for farming. The buff lasts about an hour, so I put on 1 episode of Narcos. The buff ended, the episode ended. I went back to Darkmoon Faire, I got the buff again for an hour, put on another episode, I grinded it out. Before I knew it, I was almost halfway to Exalted. So that's how quickly it happened. That was a little under 2 hours with the Darkmoon buff, and 1, 2, 3, I got the Laughing Skull helm. So maybe this grind isn't for everybody, but I think it's a really cool helm. If it's something you would like, you can see that it's very easy to do without the buff. If you are patient enough to wait for the Darkmoon Faire, which is currently going on right now, but it's only for a couple more days, I think. But it's once a month, so whenever it comes around once a month, if you don't want to do the little bit extra longer grind, take a shortcut, grab the Darkmoon Faire buff, and go get your Laughing Skull helm. As you can see here, I finally got it today. I haven't decided officially what color I like best. This isn't the transmog I'm going to mix it with, but I'm thinking of doing a red style transmog with the blood splattered helm. But let me know what you guys think. If there's anything else I can do for you guys, any videos you guys would like to learn about, or tips or tricks WoW related you guys would like to know about, let me know in the comments. Until then, thank you guys very much for the support, and I look forward to my next video. Nollie out.